In this lecture, I'll demonstrate how you can change the data types of the columns in your data frame. You can do that by using the cast method directly on the column. Here's the documentation for it. It's part of the column class. So in the examples, all that's happened is on a column object, the cast method has been applied. And then you specify the data type that you'd like to cast the column as. So you can specify it using this SQL convention or by using this Python convention. These are both equivalent. You can see the available data types in this data types class. Here they are. But then you can also check out this link to see how the data types are equivalent in SQL and Python. So long type in Python is equivalent to big int in SQL. So let me demonstrate this. I have a notebook and I am defining the same country's data frame. So here's the data. It consists of 4 columns. Now, as you know, we can define the schema when reading the data frame by specifying the schema here. So country name and continent are string type. Population is long type and area, kilometers squared, is integer type. I'm displaying the top 5 records here, but let me just check the data types. And I can do that by doing df.dtypes. So as you can see, we have string, string, big int, and int. Now, as I said, big int is equivalent to long type. And you can see that here. Long type is big int. So you can specify the data types using SQL as well. So let me change the data type of this population and area in kilometers squared column to be string rather than long type and integer type. So to do that, I can use the cast method. So I can simply do df.select. So this time I'm using the cast method in select, and then I just need to create a column object. So to do that, I could just use bracket notation like so, df, and then that's the column. So df country name, for example, but I can also create a column object by importing col. So for now, I'll just leave it like this. So let me just actually spread this across multiple lines so it's more readable. And then I will do df continent, and then I will do df population, but then this time I will use the cast method on it, and I will cast it as a string. And I can do that by either typing like this, string, or by using Python and doing string type. But just be sure to have imported string type from the types class. I've already done it here, so I don't need to do it again. And then I can also do df area in kilometers squared dot cast, and then again string type, and then open close parenthesis. So this should work, but let me reassign it to the same variable df so the changes are fixed. So I could do df equals, and then I can do df.dtypes to verify the new data types. As you can see, they are indeed string. So when using the cast method directly inside of select, you must include all of the columns that you want in the final data frame, not just the ones being cast. There is alternative syntax where you can use the cast method in the with column method. And let me show you how to do that. So the alternative syntax would be df equals df dot with column, and then the column name would be population, and then that would be df population cast as a string type. And then you can do another with column. So let me just do this across multiple lines now for readability. And then that would be area underscore km squared, df area underscore km squared dot cast string type. Like so. Now, the columns are already string, so when I cast it as string, it won't change anything. But let me just show you that this syntax is valid by running it. So I've just got an extra parenthesis here, so let me get rid of it. And then I will add the parenthesis at the end. And now this should work. And indeed it does. So this with column method modifies the existing columns while keeping the rest unchanged. So that's how to change the data type of your data frame columns using the cast method. So using the cast method in select allows us to apply cast, but we must specify all of the columns that we want to retain. Using the with column method, with cast, modifies the specific columns without requiring us to reselect all other columns. I hope it's also clear that if you did try to cast a column with an invalid data type, for example, cast a column that contains text characters as an integer, then you'd get an error.